John Cena is announced for Raw on June 27th, where we will see the 45-year-old return to the WWE, assuming for another Summer of Cena like we had last year in 2021. Last year for the 2021 SummerSlam, we saw John Cena take on Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship in a losing effort. I looked through WWE's trimmed roster and I feel like John Cena's best option for a SummerSlam opponent would have to be against Edge. We saw Edge being taken out of the Judgment Day group when Finn Balor was invited in, and we haven't seen much of Edge since. And I think it would be exciting to see a little return for Edge, who interrupts John Cena's return promo on the June 27th Raw. I feel like we haven't seen an Edge and John Cena match for quite a long time, and I feel like if you are like me, and you grew up in the Ruthless Aggression era, or just a big fan of it, then you know John Cena and Edge has had some fantastic matches back in the day. Things such as Edge cashing in the Money in the Bank contract on John Cena to win the WWE Championship back at the New Year's Revolution in 2006, and then the rematch they had at the Royal Rumble later that month, where Cena regained that title from Edge. SummerSlam, Unforgiven, all happened in 2006 as well. You could say 2006 was really a year of Cena versus Edge, and then after that, they seemed to be in a lot of tag team matches, fatal four-ways, triple threats. They did have a really great match at the 2009 Backlash where Edge was victorious due to a distraction from Big Show. And to my knowledge, I think that was their last singles match, or at least their last singles match at a pay-per-view. If it really has been since 2009, it's been a long time. That's over 13 years, and I think it would be a fun time to revisit that rivalry. Edge and John Cena are somehow active on the main roster today, and we should pull the trigger and take advantage of it because we don't know how long it'll last. I could just imagine the promos that they will have back and forth, especially nowadays with Edge being better on the mic because Edge was in the acting world, John Cena's in the acting world now. I just feel like they were doing good promos before, don't get me wrong, but I think nowadays they're really going to kill it even more, especially together. The promos Edge had after he returned with his feud with Randy Orton, or even the promos up to Judgment Day, he's been doing great. Better than ever. I think the promos will be the best out of this feud. If you ask me who should go over, I would have to say Edge, just because Edge is more of a full-time competitor, and John Cena really wouldn't benefit from this feud. From winning, I think the benefit would be them going one-on-one and having just a great match. But that is just my opinion. Maybe you think it's Austin Theory. Some people think Austin Theory because he's the next Cena. But in my opinion, I don't think he's ready yet. I don't think he's ready for that Cena versus Theory match that we know will most likely take place in the future.